Hey guys,
Hi.
I am with Vega,
And Tonnechia.
and together we have
TV
Wisdoms.
Wisdoms.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's our jar with food for thought. You ready? This question is for Vega.
All right.
All right, let's see. All right, here's the question, guys. What makes you forget and forgive? Basically,
Ooh,
how do you
I like that
move-
question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he was just about to say,
So
how do you move
on-
forward?
Yes. How do you move forward?
Oh, I'm raising my
Yes.
Okay. Everybody has those experiences in life, just
Mhm.
like we do.
Yeah.
And we went through a lot of experiences where we had to forgive and forget,
Yes.
so we can move forward. It's so not beneficial for you to hold
Yeah.
on to unforgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I want to say that not having unforgiveness in your heart is different than trying to forgive, right? You can how can I forgive that act of violence? How can I forgive that
Yeah.
in my life? It's difficult if you think about it that way. But for me, it's just not holding it in your memory, not giving it any
Yes.
energy
Yes.
with your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And just letting it go. Just
Yes.
letting it go.
Yeah.
All right. And basically, what helped me to forgive
Mm-hmm.
and forget, and I'm a master at forgetting
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like a proficient
That's
at it
good
now.
because most people can't forget.
Yeah.
And some people actually. I don't want you to lose your thoughts. So go ahead.
It was like
Yeah.
I don't want to say a name, but this guy came up to my mind when you were like, "Oh, what about that guy? Do you remember him?" I'm like, "What guy?"
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Yes.
yeah, you were tasting this guy. I'm like, "What guy?"
Right.
You know, it was
And
funny.
it was really like
It was out of my mind.
it was really out of her mind. She really didn't know. It was
It
like,
took an effort to
"You don't
remember.
know?"
Yeah. Why? Because I don't give energy to those thoughts.
Yeah.
Because in my life, I have to move forward. I choose to think about things that are actually important
Mm-hmm.
for me to move forward. So I
Mhm.
give energy fully
Yeah.
to those thoughts.
Yes.
And what happened in the past,
Mhm.
especially if it's negative,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't. Past is, you can't touch it. It's not tangible.
Yeah.
It's in your past is in your mind.
It is. It is.
It
in your
sits
mind.
there,
Yeah.
and it's like this flexible creature, because every time we pull out a memory from our memory bank,
Mhm.
we think about it, we twist it and change it, okay?
Mhm.
And it actually becomes a different memory.
Yeah.
Funny enough,
Mhm.
it's ever changing.
Yes,
So
right.
it's your perspective. It's not accurate
Right.
to someone else's perspective. So it's not tangible. Even in your mind, it's flexible. It's
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
dreamlike.
Yeah. Dreamlike.
It's
Mhm.
vague.
Vague. Vague. Yes.
Yeah,
It is.
an illusion. I'm gonna go with
Oh,
the
an
word illusion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an illusion. Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
yeah, and it traps us. It
Yeah.
traps us.
Mhm.
So when we walk in a state of unforgiveness, we are trapped by it. Okay,
Yeah.
in those memories. And I mean, it happened to me, like, because I had a terrible childhood, and I was a walking trigger. I would get myself into all kinds of difficult relationships
Mhm.
because of my unforgiveness that I had from my parents.
Mhm.
And these triggers were like, oh man, I was a mess.
Yeah.
I was a mess. Like,
We all
seriously.
were. We all, I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all were.
Yeah. So again, it took awareness
Mhm.
to forgive.
Yeah.
And what helped me to forgive, and I kind of lost my track on that,
Mhm.
is to realize that my parents and people who came my way that I thought did something wrong to me or bad or whatever at the time,
Mhm.
they went through their fair share of conditioning, their
Yes.
programming.
Yes.
And sometimes people are like robots,
Yeah.
because these things that you go through over and over in your life, these thoughts, these things that are done to you over and over, we like our brain becomes hardwired into this like patterns of thinking and
Mhm.
patterns of behaving,
Yeah.
reacting a certain way. And it takes a long time to break out of those patterns so you don't get triggered.
Exactly.
Not being aware,
Not being aware of
that okay, maybe somebody's mad at me, but actually they're not mad at me, they're mad at another
Something-
person who did something to them in the
Right.
past, and
Right.
I'm just a trigger to them.
Exactly.
Does it make
Yep.
sense?
Yep.
So again,
Triggers.
it's observing, stepping
It is.
back,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, you're just being triggered, like, and you're doing this bad thing because
Yeah.
you're just being programmed and conditioned that way.
Right.
And it really helped me, because I understand that people like us sleepwalking a lot of times and just acting on like kind of like autopilot response, you know. And I get it, because I've done it to other people, you know, like guilty.
I know,
So
right? Yeah,
you know
so
what I'm
am
saying?
I. So,
Yeah, but we're growing, we're evolving, and
Yes.
it's okay. It's
It
okay.
is,
That's
right.
why we're here, to grow and evolve.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And as long as you're moving forward, you
Yeah.
are fine,
Yeah.
and we are fine, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So again, holding on to the past, holding on to unforgiveness.
Nope. It's poison.
It's poison.
Poisonous.
Oh, yeah, it's a poison. Yeah.
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 So get rid of it,
guys.
Get rid of
Like,
it.
where's the food for thought jar? Like,
Yeah.
food for thought jar. Have that. Don't have a
Yes.
jar of poison.
No.
Like, just
no poison.
Yeah, no poison.
It's going poison is meant to kill you, right? When you say poison and you reference it to like anger or hate and all of that, that's poisonous, and that stuff will kill you in some form of way, meaning like stress, depression, anxiety, like all of those things is a form of poison.
Yeah. And you may think, or somebody may think, that, oh, unforgiveness is a poison, and it's not literal. It's so literal, because when we have this unforgiveness and all these negative thoughts about somebody in our heart and our mind, it actually chemically changes our body.
Yeah.
And again, like I mentioned that before, but my mother, she died of stroke at 53. I've witnessed her having seizures, and I don't even want to go into it, like all kinds of different health conditions, because she was going through so much stress, and she had a lot of unforgiveness in her heart towards her parents. And you know, it was and many other people, and eventually it killed her.
Yes.
It is a poison, you guys. It's a poison. And also it's a rope that is attaching you to that person. So it's kind of like sort of that person has a control over you.
Yeah. Right.
But why?
Yes, why?
Why do you want other people to control? Take control.
Yes, you
cut
have
the
to
rope.
Yes, cut it. That's good.
Murder it. Cut
Yes.
it. No mercy.
Right. No.
Chop it.
Yes.
I understand that they have done it because of their conditioning.
Yeah.
Imagine the rope. Feel that rope and cut it.
Yes.
In your mind. Cut it.
You have the scissors. The scissors.
You
are
have
in
the
your
scissors.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can do it. We're doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Visualization is powerful. Okay.
Yes. All right, guys. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on IG at TV_wisdoms.
Like, share.
Yes.
Okay. We're here to share this wisdom with you.
Yes.
And we want to hear from you as well.
We do. Thank you.